That is a little heavy, isn't it? Slide. Slide back in here. Oh. Kind of works. Probably move this around. Someone's here. It's actually like a really nice hands-free way to be able to talk to people on the phone and not have my phone in my pocket either. Here is can you actually hear me, Techie? How do I type? No, not that. for having a. No, I don't want to mute. You can hear bits. Okay. Probably because I'm on an older headset or earbud set, so. Alright, I moved the cord to in front of me so my hair is not messing with it. How's that now? Can you hear me better now? And also it might just be the fact that the cord is like bouncing on my chest. Oh, you can hear better now? Alright, cool. This is actually like a convenient way to go kind of hands free. Cause sometimes it feels like it's weird in my pocket. So actually, damn. Actually doing this kind of works so like, so I can have the phone there, so when I'm talking to somebody on the phone, it's not just in my pocket. And this couch is very tight. You know what? Let me. Yeah, so that was me putting. Okay, back. Let me remove this pouch cover or this OtterBox cover though, because that's what makes it a struggle to get it into the pouch. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Alright. Yeah, let me move my hair out of the way again. Alright, how's that? Can you hear me better now? Now this makes it easier to kind of like get the phone in and out. God, oh, that was loud. What? Really? A LinkedIn post when I'm out on vacation? Okay. Yeah, that makes getting in and out of the pouch a lot easier. Sorry you couldn't make it out yesterday. Hope your mom is doing better. I figured I would walk around hiding in Kennington a little bit and see how this works for a bit of a minimalist setup. And also I spent long enough inside, kind of just like resting. Sorry. I know the Peter Pan statue is like somewhere around here. I think it's across the bridge to the left, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna check that out, I think. Actually, I should really take a jog around here. This is actually really handy for also like, well, I would say for taking a jog, because normally I just wear sweats so I can put my phone in my pocket, but I also don't like wearing a bag when I'm not running. So here's the thing about that is I actually have a Rodecaster, or what is it? A Rode wireless micro that I brought with me, but the outer box cover makes it so I can just not plug in the receiver, so I can't use it. Let me put this back. What's going on? It is a real. I'm actually kind of surprised, like for how early the sun comes up here. I'm surprised at how like late the sun is out. Cause it was freaking not even 5 a.m. and I was getting like sunlight in my hotel room. So it's already like 8 o'clock and it's still pretty light out. And still feels great outside, which is a welcome change from being in 90-degree Texas. See, those dudes were swinging their arms in unison for a second. Plus, honestly, I really like any city or town or whatever where there's just like people outside doing stuff because it's nice enough to do stuff. Versus it just being dead because there's nobody around. What screws with your head now? Oh, the light screws with your head? I get it. I can see how like it being light that late can kind of also throw off your internal clock. So, yeah, I understand that part. Oh, what's going on, Darth? You don't have to deal with that, like it being so light that's late. But we also have to deal with the oppressive heat, so I mean, you can't win them all, I guess. And honestly, I would prefer it being light, like later into the day, rather than it being 9 p.m. and it's still 98 degrees, or I guess like, what's that? That's 36 Celsius for the Europeans. Like if it's 9 o'clock at night and it's pitch black and it's still 36 outside, that's too hot, bro. That's entirely too hot. Are they really just out here eating shit? Oh, somebody threw down some rice. Let's see what this is. Oh, what's going on, Sarah? I brought the heat with me. The heat is a strong way to this. I wouldn't say this is heat. I would say this is enjoyable. Well, I guess it's all relative. Come to that. Where is? I know that's where the cafe is. and that I'm technically on the Kensington top or Kensington side, not the Hyde side, because Kensington Palace is that way to the right. Excuse me. Yeah, that can turn into an hours long affair chasing. You can end up drunk before it's even actually dark outside. I think I want to go to the right and then loop around. Yeah, when Taz told me last week there's a heat wave, I specifically asked her, I was like, okay, what is a heat wave in your definition? And she said it was like go from 15 to 17 to 25 to 27. I was like, bro, like it's like 7 a.m. and it's 25 right now and humid as hell. Like that is, I'm entirely okay with what you call a heat wave. So I wish our heat wave was like that. And then it gets nicer and a little cool at night. So yeah, I'm okay with this. You know what I would really like to find? I have to go actually through the Hyde Park to find it. And there's a couple of embassy roads around, specifically around Hyde and Kensington Park. There's one road on the west side of Kensington that is just like literally a bunch of embassies, like French, Nepalese, Japanese. I don't even know what else. You see all the flags. Actually Norwegian, I think. But first time part because obviously and see the place as opposed to just which actually looks pretty dope. There's some like nice little cafe over there too, where people were eating brunch. So maybe I'll go check that out tomorrow because I've been curious about that. But at least for now, I can try to see if I can find the kind of embassy area. I know it's somewhere over to the right. Oh, so that is a huge pile of horse crap. 12:15 is about when I landed. And yes, I am eventually going to make my way to Rotterdam. What's going on, Enoch? This day has been a little more chill than yesterday was. I more or less did kind of how I did Holly 3 years ago, where it's just like, yo, you just hitting the ground running after your overnight flight. That's basically what happened yesterday. Except I didn't need a nap. Like a really nice place to go take a jog. I didn't do that this morning because I just went to the hotel gym and did some lifting, so I might go to a jog tomorrow. One day where I'm just walking around for like a few hours, and probably during that time period I'll bust out my phone and kind of record it, honestly, so more for myself than anything else, so I can save it later and be able to go, oh, yo, this is the dope thing I got to go see. Before honestly doing it like this, it's a little, maybe it's more relatively jank, but it's also, I think, a bit less conspicuous than walking around with a big ass backpack or a selfie stick. It's literally like a phone holder pouch that you put on your backpack for like actual backpacking or for running, and it's just on my Adidas athletic bag, like in the middle of my chest. So it more or less just looks like I'm like on a phone call. Oh, so that's where all the horses are, the station. Is that clock accurate? I don't know. Is it already 8:40? And I honestly don't know whether any of what I just said was heard. I also can't type. Being able to type would be fantastic. Are you going to be able to make the return leg? It is unfortunate, but I'm sure I will be in London and the UK at large. Again, I can't exactly say near future, but Sometime in the future. That is so much horse crap, bro. Not what I said, the literal horse crap to my left. Now, honestly, I wouldn't mind like doing a little bike tour of London.
Yes, bro. You're looking sexy today.
Appreciate it. I don't know whether or not you heard that. I really should have a second phone for this. Can you hear what I'm saying, or did you hear what that guy said? Oh, you heard what he said? Alright, fair. I'm gonna have to make a clip of that later and shoot it over to Arthur. Oh, that's a nice looking street and statue. Well, actually, kind of like that glass staircase. That's not what I'm looking for. I really like the buildings around here. Particularly that red one. But the glass modern ones aren't bad either. So if that's the curve up ahead, then I think the embassy places are to the right. I know they should be. I just have to figure out what street they're on. But I do remember them looking pretty dope, so I definitely would like to find those again. I hope that dog was getting a ball or something, not just eating some horse poop. you clipped it. Nice. You know, send that to Arthur and Greg. And when you send it to Arthur, tell him to send it to Max too. If you could, please. Thank you. He'll get it. Maybe I'll do this again like very early tomorrow. It won't be quite as busy, but I also don't necessarily want to like, I like it being active, but if I'm going to do this, I don't want to like capture people's faces like that. So maybe I'll do an early start tomorrow. Because I do have, this does seem to work pretty well. There's no issues with it sliding since it's crossbody strap now. And I have a power bank. So about halfway through I can plug it in. I can probably do this for a while. I'm at 79% and almost 40 minutes in. So surprisingly, okay, yeah, here's the curve. I can probably do this for a good, like, long ass day of just walking. Oh damn, they got the undercover. You see it's a rolling. And that's the first non-red double-decker I've seen, and there's a second, a white one. I don't know, the non-red double-deckers don't heat the same. Oh, going around that curve where the bikes are. And I keep wanting to say Victory Station because of the place over by the AAC in Dallas, but it's Victoria. So let's see where I can find myself. It also looks different to me because they had BST Hyde Park going on. Homie over there just grooving under the lights. This actually looks about right. Yeah, I kind of remember the curvature of the street. Buckingham Palace is that way. Yeah, I didn't go that far, so I need to go to the right, look around, to the left.
I don't need a joke.
Or I can just cross. St. George's Hospital. I think that just goes around the memorial. I'm definitely near. Actually, is that the street? Alright, I'm fairly certain it's somewhere over to the right. Honestly, I'm enjoying it a lot, Ren. It's to me the weather is pretty perfect. Like, it was slightly warm earlier, but like not warm in a way that bothers me. It was warm in a way that I was just like aware of it. Can't go that way easily, or can I? Yes, I can. Anytime I can get outside and move around, I thoroughly enjoy myself. And especially like seeing somewhere new. And it doesn't, as much as I like the liveliness of a city, I also like just being generally in nature. The only thing I don't really care for is kind of semi-arid prairie, which coincidentally is right where on the cusp of where I live. Oh no, that is an underground walkway, is it? Oh yeah, Westminster Victoria. So I was right, it is this way. And now that I know how to read the street signs out this bitch, I actually can figure out where I'm going. I very much always enjoy being outside. Which is one of the reasons I dislike Texas as I do, because it sucks being outside at the very point of the year where you want to be outside, like late spring, summer, early fall. There we go. See the flags? So that is India, I think. And I know one of these streets kind of like goes in on itself. Or rather just loops around. But yeah, this is where I started seeing it. I don't even think I noticed the first one until like I got around like the corner up here. And I'm like, there's a whole lot of flags. Yeah. Oh no, this is Iris. My bad. Yeah, my bad to the spice bag. This is the Irish embassy. They're all just British in the end, and when we come to that, we're all just little America at this point. I want to say I might have curved around to that street over to the right. But that looks more familiar to me than this does. But it's not like I have anything to do right at this moment, so I can keep going and loop back around afterwards. I really do like the look of the buildings around here. I also remember towards Victoria, there was some long path of trees that separated a road. What places am I looking forward to? Honestly, whatever. I've barely been outside of Central London. I would like to go see, like, I'm not even a Beatles fan like that. I could barely tell you the lyrics to any of their songs, but I saw that like Abbey Road is only like a mile and a half north of my hotel. I'm already gone by the Soho area. It seemed like, and also St. Pancras, King's Cross, the whole Harry Potter thing. I need to. It's kind of like New York, where I'll go visit. And then I'll end up just like doing stuff or meeting people, and I don't really explore the city too much, so I do need to get more outside of the Central London area. Which I know that's what all the Brits keep on telling me, that I need to get outside in London. And yes, I'm finally doing that. When I go to Bath on the loop back. London, Victoria. Yeah, actually, I'll keep going this way then. I'm going to cross, actually, it's easier to cross over there. Car. So glad you live in the city, my boy. Open it up. I feel like I want to take a right. But I think I'm still a little too far north, and I don't like that at all. I remember more white buildings. Damn, speaking of, there go flags right there. So, that'll be Ukraine, I believe. That's an easy one to guess these days. Or is that just flags up for Ukraine? Is that all that is? That might be all that is, because that looks like that's a hotel. Another British flag across the way. Damn. Another nice ride. And there's a flag over there. Garden. All these flag posts, I think they can get me closer because they're all like in every building around here. Yo, Bob, thanks for the raid. I'm pretty sure I faithfully just raided myself. Oh, here it is, Victoria. Oh, I was going in the right place. Alright, so if that's Victoria, then it must have been over that way to the left. So those were the right buildings. Victoria was under construction around when I came here. Granted, it was 3 years ago, and a lot looks like it was, damn. A lot looks like it was under construction. So. I guess if it's over, let's see if it's over to the right. I can fly. Alright, I remember this side of Victoria, at the very least. And that looks familiar. So, maybe another block up and take a right. I came at Victoria from the west side of it, I believe. And that's why I think I'm kind of on the north side of it, heading west. And that's why this looks familiar. Also, Victoria Station is legit huge inside. It's like, when I say it's as big as Grand Central, probably not. But it's pretty damn close. Those are over here to the right. If I turn right in, I should take me back north, which would be back in the direction of Hyde Park, which is the spot correct. I'm enjoying walking around, Bob. I always do. I walked from like kind of the Kensington side of Kensington and Hyde Park, and when I came to pick up Holly, when we came here 3 years ago, I walked down to Victoria Station, and I just remembered like there was some kind of Embassy Road thing, so yeah, I saw a bunch of flags, so I was just kind of walking around, seeing, I know where Victoria is now. I'm kind of trying to see if I can figure out where the Embassy Road is. I passed one flag earlier. There was the Irish flag that I mistakenly thought was the Indian flag, so now I'm going to go back to the right and see if I can find it, because I did remember the buildings, more or less. And I did remember don't know. Definitely a little harder to place it when it's like, I last saw it and it was under construction. This street looks pretty familiar. I actually think this was the very street I came down. Yes, this was the street I came down on. I remember coming, there was a bunch of places around this curve to the right. Which, truth be told, I mostly remember the brunch place because there was an attractive woman 3 years ago walking ahead of me. then dipped into it and I was like, damn, I need to see what that place is about. Belgravia. I remember that too. So yeah, this is the street I came down. Hi. Not really hungry yet. You know, I've only eaten once today. But I went and got some fish and chips earlier. Crossing the other, I guess maybe they might have replaced it. Sarah did say they have to swap out places a lot around here. I know it was somewhere to the right just now. I'm glad I saw that sign, because now that I remember the name, I remember looking at it and it being unique to me. And that means that the embassies are somewhere in this area. And that's the tree-lined street I remember crossing. That was split into two one-ways. I'm starting to get a feel for London, I guess, or at least these specific areas. Because I recall it came down onto the next one, and I walked along that street for a little while because I liked walking along the trees. What's this? Pleasant Street? I'm out this hella dry. Square. That's why I remember that. And that makes sense. Hyde Park Corners to the right, which explains why I walked down Eaton Square for a little bit. And here we go. Here's where I start seeing the flags. I guess. And yeah, there's one. So I have no idea what flag this is. Bolivia. Okay. I don't know what the checkered rainbow flag is about though. And there's one ahead on the left. I thought that was blue for some reason. Found it up. Yeah, this is what I remember. There were more flags here though last time, which again, granted that was 3 years ago, so things are bound to change. There's another one ahead to the left. What's going on, Antinobis? I've just been walking through London looking for the embassy area, which I finally kind of figured out where it was, working backwards. Spain, Germany, Portugal, Norway under construction, that's why there's no flag. And that's the one I saw over on the other side. So I guess there's two areas. And maybe they interchange them with somebody, or if one's under construction. Oh, that's sweaty. This is definitely the place I remember going. It's that white one with the cross. I'm not sure what that is. And then, is that Finland? No. I don't think Finland is white with the cross. Gotta brush up on my flags. But I found what I wanted to find, so that's nice. Belgrave Square, Hyde Park Corner, Kennington. Alright, no, Knightsbridge and Kennington. A couple more flags. You gotta eventually need to cross. That is Ghana, I think. So up here to the left. And this is also kind of what I was talking about with Delilah, like how compared to like a similar city of scale, like New York, how more the green is integrated into London versus like New York, you'll literally find like that little strip in the middle where that taxi is. I've seen like little like triangle shaped cutouts of just a random corner that's like a green space in New York. And not even in necessarily Manhattan, over in like Brooklyn too. So like green space I think is it is used in an overstated way, I think, when you're talking about New York. I must have actually come from, actually I think I came from over there, because I don't recall walking around. If Victoria Station was right there, I wouldn't have looped around like that. So I came from over there and walked straight, but let me just see what's at this point and then I'll go back that other way. Yeah, because there's a couple more flags over here. Yeah, there's much more of an effort to like not just have green spaces, but have it feel actually green. Actually, let's end up going this way, I guess. That's a dope little Bentley. Is that a Bentley? I think it is. Unless this breaks out to the right, this looks like it just loops in on itself. Which it effectively does. So, I'll continue on the left over here. Oh, what's going on, Toxic? Nobody said anything about a bottle of water. Is that what it sounds like? Does it sound like water?
Right.
Phil, you hate London. What the fuck are you doing here? Is that Uruguay or Paraguay? No, that's Uruguay. That is Belgium, I believe. Coming at that, I do have a bottle of water in my bag. I could go for a drink. And this should be the high road from earlier, so I can see where I could have came out. And I just made it quicker, but I ended up finding Victoria anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's not battery yet now. 58. And that might be what Ovis meant. For as big as that hotel is, I don't remember that shit at all. Okay, so I was just on the back side. There was that monument, so I just moved them this way. So literally, I was one street away from the right street. So I went down that way. But I was straight to Victoria. Now I'm back at Hyde Park. Well, it's nice to know that my memory isn't completely obliterated. I remember the way I walked through years ago once. And back into Hyde Park, so we'll go along the east side this time. You should go see the clip from earlier that Ren took. That I'll have to send to Arthur, Greg, Max, and Demon. I almost forgot to send it to Demon. Feels surprisingly sweaty in London. Is that Hercules? Felt like such a longer walk the first time around. Though I would have to guess that's largely due to the fact that I was in A, worse shape, and B, unfamiliar with the way I was going. Which obviously is not the case this time.